Every human being lives inside what I would call an invisible structure, a design of beliefs, emotions, and stories that quietly shapes who we become, right? Some people call it identity, but in truth, it is architecture. And you are both the builder and the blueprint. You know, long before you heard words for who you are, your unconscious mind began building. Because every emotion, every message you received, such as you can, you cannot, you are enough, you are not, each of them became a line in the blueprint of your identity, or should I say, your architecture, so to speak. So, the inner architecture determines how you see the world, not because it is true, but because it is familiar. Hypnosis allows us to return to the blueprint, to examine what was built unconsciously and redesign it consciously. The mind speaks into, let's say, dialects, right? The conscious mind uses logic, and the unconscious mind speaks in images, sensations, and emotions. This is why positive thinking often fails. Because you can say, I am confident 1,000 times, but hey, if the unconscious mind holds a different image, the old architecture remains. So, to rebuild the self, we must learn the language of the unconscious. And that language isn't grammar, it is symbol. And hypnosis is its translation. So, a suggestion isn't a command. It is a seed, and it grows in the soil of your imagination. In hypnosis, we plant new ideas, not by forcing them, but by allowing the mind to feel them as already real. Because the mind doesn't resist what it experiences. It only resists what it is told to believe. And that's why metaphors, stories, and guided imagery reach deeper than words. Because they speak directly to the architect within. Let's try something simple. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine seeing the blueprints in your mind laid out before you. Somewhere there is a line, maybe a belief written long ago, and maybe it says, "I'm not ready," or "I'm not enough." Now, with the quiet authority of awareness, rewrite that line. Replace it with something more accurate. Like, "I am ready to grow," or "I am allowed to become." You don't need to force a belief. You just need to feel the possibility. This is the beginning of conscious reprogramming. Awareness choosing a new design. Because the unconscious mind is loyal. It keeps building what you instruct, even if the design no longer serves you. And when you awaken to this, you realize you are not trapped by the past, but rather you are surrounded by your own architecture, and you hold the tools to redesign it. Hypnosis gives you access to those tools, not by overpowering the mind, but by speaking its original language. The most profound act of intelligence is not discovering who you are, but rather deciding who you are becoming. And each thought, each word, each image is a brick in the architecture of your future self. So, build with awareness, speak with intention, and imagine with love. Because the architect within you is always listening. And the moment you begin to redesign from within, the world outside begins to change. I am Nakel Nikiema, and this is the Hypnosis Talks, Awakening Inner Intelligence. In our next episodes, we will explore the hypnotic needle, the ethics of influence, and the power of awareness.